Hello and welcome to another episode of The Flip Side. Thank you so much for joining me. My name is Christian and today I want to talk about stereo speakers. A setup of two speakers on a mobile phone that plays left and right audio channels. The novel concept isn't really that novel. The Japanese didn't come up with it, but there are a lot of Japanese phones that have a setup of these speakers, and there's of course a bunch of Western phones that have them too. So here, for example, I've got the Sharp 903SH, the Sharp 904SH, the Sharp 910SH, a Fujitsu 902i, a Sharp 901i-C, and the Nokia N73. Now, most of you are hopefully familiar with this phone. I owned this for many years. It's a beautiful little phone. And they all have stereo speakers and they come with a different setup for each. The Japanese tend to be more similar, but right now, let's just go and walk through them and see what we can find out. Here we have the lineup of today's walkthrough again. The Nokia N73, Fujitsu's F902IS, Sharp's SH901IC, and Sharp's 903SH, 904SH, and 910SH. Let's kick things off with Nokia's N73, which I hope many of you fondly remember. But did you realize it had stereo speakers? These are placed at the top and bottom of the phone, and they are very powerful. The N73 also comes with a handful of settings to adjust the 3D surround sound if one cares to do so. I tried playing with the trajectory, but honestly, I couldn't really hear a difference. Good luck to you if you can. Next up, we have the F902IS by Fujitsu. I've not done a video of this phone yet, so you get to see it here first. It also features stereo speakers, but on this handset we find them in the edges of the top half of the phone, and unlike the Nokia, these are much lower in volume. The phone also doesn't feature any controls except for enabling or disabling surround sound altogether. Sharp's 903SH was my very first 3G handset with stereo speakers, and at the time I found them really advanced and quite intriguing. They are located to either side of the screen, and the default race car ringtone used to be my favourite, and I tried to recreate the stereo panning which you get to experience on the phone itself. It was quite something back in 2005, but do keep in mind I'm no sound engineer, so don't downrate me for that, please. The successor to the 903SH is the 904SH, and unlike its older brother, this phone was exclusive to Vodafone Japan. This is the world's first mobile phone to feature a 2.4-inch VGA LCD at 333 pixels per inch. The stereo setup is exactly the same as is the camera of the 903SH, and it is as loud and comes with no sound controls other than enabling and disabling of the surround sound. Pretty much the same goes for the 910SH, which is the 904SH's successor and last flip phone of this kind. The 910SH comes packed with a 5 megapixel camera and 3x optical zoom, a VGA screen, NFC a Cipher Ketai mobile wallet, and of course the stereo speaker setup. This phone is an incredible phone, but sadly SoftBank have made it impossible to use overseas and even locked down the multimedia features like the camera. It's not possible to unlock this phone at this moment. And now to our last but not least SH901IC, which predates all of the other models way back to late 2004. It comes with a wide range of controls somewhat similar to that of the N73, and both of its speakers are to either side of the screen like we find on the other Sharp models. So yeah, there we have it. To me personally, the Sharps are pretty much the same. So the 703, sorry, the 903, the 910, the 904, all have the same settings, same stereo speaker setup. The 901IC and the Nokia N73 I thought had the best overall settings. Just a lot of tweaking that can be done in terms of equalizers, surround sound settings. The Nokia N73 I think was the strongest of them all and also the loudest. And I thought the Fujitsu F902 IS was good. I mean, not many settings, but in terms of being an entity document device, the ringtones and the volume, not bad at all. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me on this little insight. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave me your comments, and I will see you again next time. Thank you.